Hey everybody, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Today, y'all, I've got a surprise, and it's going to be awesome. So y'all stick around. I've got Kate here with me, and I'm going to use her today, y'all, to try out. Guess what? We got some new harness in for the babies. Now, I didn't want to bring the babies around here because y'all, they're not broke, and they're not used to harness. And all I want to do, y'all, is get this harness laid out. Put it on Kate and just kind of lay it out, make sure everything's there, kind of halfway adjust some things, you know, just make sure we got everything that we paid for, if that makes any sense. And I want to bring y'all along for the opening of it. I haven't even opened the boxes yet. They're still sealed, as you can see. I'm excited to get to see. This harness was made for me by NNA Harness Shop up in Ohio. And I'll get y'all some more information and put it up here on the screen in a minute. But before we dive into this, y'all, I want to show you just a little bit of our weekend. I want to put some clips in here of the rodeo me and Sarah Beth went to. We had a good time. I'll put a couple pictures in there where y'all can see that. We're not going to dwell on it, but I did want to show y'all just kind of our weekend a little bit. I hope everyone's had a wonderful Labor Day. And after we show you a few of these little clips, we're going to roll right into unboxing this harness. And I want y'all to see what we've got, and we may have to make some adjustments. We may even have to send some stuff back. I don't know. But I did talk with Wayne the whole time up there at NNA, and he told me, you know, he said, hey, look, you know, we'll build it for you. If something ain't right, get back with me, send it back, you know, we'll fix it. So, you know, thanks, Wayne, for that. So anyway, y'all, let's roll right into these clips from the rodeo. I think y'all enjoy it.
We got to be more than 72 points to go to the top to make it all happen. Let's try it. Come on. Than any contestant you'll see tonight over here. Come on, bud. It's a go. Slide, turn, yes.
Okay, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that little bit I showed you from the rodeo. Now let's dive right into this harness deal. Brand new set of harness, again, NNA Harness Shop in Ohio. I did order an extra set of stainless steel hangs for Kate and Alice's harness, and I believe that's what these are. So let's just open them up first. We'll get these little boxes out of the way, and then we'll roll right into the bigger one. Let's see the best way to get this thing open here. I don't want to do all this without cutting myself, if I can help it. Again, y'all, I hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend and a good Labor Day. Now the wind's blowing, and that's why I'm using these microphones, because I don't want y'all to get a bunch of wind noise. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's our stainless steel hangs for Kate and Alice. Now I've got wood hangs on their harness right now, and I just don't particularly like them. I don't like the way they fit my harness. I'm sure other people probably prefer them. I know some of my mentors that actually prefer them, but I'll just be honest with you, I don't. I like these. I've used these stainless ones before, and I actually liked them better. So whenever I got May and June's harnesses made, I asked the guy, let's see, now there's something else in here. I asked the guy why he was doing their harness, if he could, you know, get me another set of hangs for them, and of course he did. They've been real accommodating up there at NNA Harness, and they work with me, you know, pretty good about, you know, I had to get them a pattern and all this kind of jazz. Let's see what else we got in here. There we go. That's our hooks for where our trace chains hook on. Okay, so I believe that's it. I'm just going to lay this box over here to the side. Okay, now I'm going to show these to you. They're all the same. There's 4 of them, but this is what they call a set of Lone Star hangs, because it's got you got these things that your trace chain hooks to, and it goes right in here. You set the line of draft. These are 22, 24-inch hangs. If you were to put them in the bottom slot, that'd be 22, and then of course naturally all the way up here at the top would be 24. And my mules, a 22 to 24 seems to fit my mule pretty good. Kate and Alice is in a 24. Well, they're like a 23 3/4, but I'm thinking time everybody's done growing, 24 will be about right. So let me put these to the side, and we'll move right on into this harness. All right, we got one more box, a smaller box. I'm thinking this is probably going to be, I ordered some halters and a set of check lines and a couple other things. This is probably going to be the odd and end box, I'd say. Timbercrest harness. They give me some nice books, y'all. Some nice books, you know, to order stuff out of. Pretty neat. I'm going to take a picture of the front of this and put it up on the screen so y'all can see all the numbers and the address and everything. Okay, let me put this over here to the side. Okay, so what we have here is some top pads. Now I got these top pads for the babies because a 22-inch collar is probably not going to fit them in the beginning, but you can take this top pad, put it in the top of their collar, and it'll tighten their collars up a little, so we get a little bit more life out of our collars. So that's what those are, top pads. Let's see here. Got a set of check lines, and here's our new halters. Big old sucker, that's for sure. Good wide web, you know, stout made halters with stainless steel hardware on it. Pretty nice halter. I'll get back to y'all a little bit later and let you know how it fits and everything. Pretty nice. And I'm gonna put these back in the box as soon as we're done. So, I think what I'll do is just lay them right there for now. All right, here's our choke straps for our collars, our under harness. I had them sew me a D-ring in right here for that little short strap that goes up and attaches to a breast yoke when I'm using a breast yoke. But man, I tell you, it's got nylon backing, and this imitation pattern on the back side of that. It's pretty nice so far, y'all. I like it so far. All right, so we should have 2 of those, and we do. I'm gonna put them right over here. I'm gonna try not to get too loud with this mic, y'all, because I'm used to not using it, but today we got a bunch of wood, so I gotta be a little more careful about how I do things. Okay, so here's our breast chains that goes on, and I don't particularly like this style with this on it, but I can cut that off. That ain't a big deal because I don't need that. That's for a combination strap, and I don't need it. Not for my harness. So we got 2 of those. Let me set y'all up over here. I don't want the wind blow you over. Let's see. Maybe that'd be better right there. Tell you that one. Pretty rough. Okay, so now we've got bridles. Let's get a bridle at a time. Now I had him put me this leather imitation on the inside of my blinders. And I might be too close here, y'all. I don't know. We've got 6-inch bits, just regular straight bits. And I'll add wire to my bits, and I'll show you all that a little bit later. But I'll wrap it with wire, just because that's the type of setup I like to use. I've got check reins on my bridle right here. This will be for their over checks. Okay. Pretty nice so far. It's cushioned, it's padded right here on the headband, brow band I mean. You know, it's got that padding behind it. It's pretty nice so far. And they, you know, use some decorated diamonds like on my other harness, and this one here looks pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. So far so good. And I'm gonna hang one of them up right here. I don't really need to put the bridle on her. I might, just to see how it fits. But if it'll fit her, it'll fit the babies. So far, I'm impressed with the craftsmanship that's in this harness. They did go through extra lengths to, you know, put the extra padding on the back end of the blinders, and that's one way, y'all, you can tell the difference in a good harness and one that's cheap made is, you know, stuff like this, putting that backing behind it, you know, the padding and the brow bands. You know, I like having that. Look at that thick padding right there. I like that. That's more comfortable for them. I really like that. So I'm gonna hang this bridle up over here also. We'll just leave them right there. Here's our check lines, and they're set up the same as our other one, pretty much. They look about the same as my other check line, which is good. They're set up pretty good. So I'm just going to put this stuff back in the box for now. We'll set this over here out of the way. Now let's get to the meat of the conversation. Let's get in here and get this harness out. I want to see what it looks like. All right. What I may do, y'all, is just take y'all along for one of them. You know, hopefully both of them will be the same. So I'll just take y'all along for one, and that way the video won't get too long. You know, obviously, hopefully both sets would be the same. That's what we would hope for anyway. Okay. Here's our collars. I got 22 24-inch collars to match my hands, and they're adjustable. They're number 400A Coblence brand collars. I've always liked Coblence brand collars. They're second to none, y'all, when it comes to quality. Now this one might be jacked up, but every one of them I've ever had before has been a high quality, you know, high quality collar. Okay, yeah, see right here, Coblence Collar Shop. Bring it over here where y'all can see it. Coblence Collar Shop, 2224s, 400A. That means it's an adjustable collar. It's got this strap on each side. And with the babies, they're going to need the adjustment. Personally, I like running adjustable collars. Some people don't like them, but I like them. You get a little bit more life out of your harness, in my opinion. Or not out of your harness, but out of your collars. Okay, here's a collar pad. Just these black vinyl pads. These are the ones I've ran for years. I like them. They'll keep the mule from getting their neck sore, you know, and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this baby in there. It'll have to be let out for Kate to wear it. I'm not gonna worry about letting it out for Kate because I'll have to do it for the babies anyway. So I'm just gonna stick it in here and put it on this collar for now. That way I know where it's at and it's out of the way. Okay, I'll pick this up a little bit later. The main thing I want to do, y'all, is get this harness laid on her, and let's just make sure everything's there. That's the main thing. Okay. So now, with that being said, let me get this thing dug out of here. I have no idea what is going on with this thing. Let's see. So we got hangs on one side. We got some straps here that's in the wrong place. But that's all right. We'll fix that. The main thing is that it's there. As long as the straps is there, we can work with that. Goodness, good grief. This ain't where these straps go, and why they put them there, I don't know. But hopefully it'll work out where we can get it where they do need to go. I'm gonna have to loosen this thing some kind of which way. There we go. Now. Now here's those little chains for the trace chains. The little things, they hook right in here. Call them loggerheads. That's what we call them here in Tennessee. I'm just gonna put the hang right over here for now. Once we get the harness up there, I'll sort it all out. We'll try to figure out where everything is, all that good stuff. Here's my other loggerhead. I'm gonna put it up here with the hang. The main thing on this harness is the friction. That's the main thing that would be, you know, hard for them to get right. So hopefully we've got all that right. Like I say, I'm more than likely I'm gonna play with that. You know, I'll probably go a little bit lower. Main thing is you want that trace chain to make a nice 90-degree angle from this hang all the way down to your load, whatever you're hooking to. That's the main thing. They did put some backing on this right here, which is good. I asked for that. They got padding on the back band under it. You don't want that thing touching them, y'all, because just that straight thing, and that's what this harness is made out of, for any of you wondering. It's not leather, it's thing, which is kind of like a bio-plastic. You don't want that thing touching them because it'll rub the hair off of them. But with this imitation padding material on the back, it's nice, and it don't rub them. Real nice. So now that we got that, the box britching part looks pretty good. It looks like they did a pretty good job on that. And I'm gonna bring y'all in where you can see. The way we adjust box britching is put your hand up here like this. Maybe y'all can see here. Hopefully you can. You put your hand right here above the dock, right here where the dock of their tail is, and that britching needs to set about right there. So I got it just a little bit tight, so I'm gonna let it out one more. And on the babies, like I said, y'all, I'll have to take it up. But I'm just doing this for educational purposes, because I want to show you this box britching. Some people call it Tennessee harness. All right, that'll be pretty close right there. See how I got a hand width? And they put the imitation pattern on the backside of this box britching. And y'all, I've used every kind of harness you can use for a mule and a horse. I just tell you the truth, I have. I've used D-ring harness, I've used Western harness, I've used Kentucky Mule harness. I've used this Tennessee harness. And I'm going to tell you what, I like this Tennessee harness the best. And I'll tell you why. You can just hold a load so much better with this big wide breeching. And it gets it up on their hips up here. This big strap across their hip. It lets them use their hip up here on top. It's kind of like putting a rope down here around your back versus up here on your shoulders. You know, you can just sit down in it and hold so much better of a load. The stitching on it looks really good. I'm going to bring y'all in for a close-up on the stitching. The stitching looks really good. You know, they've got doublers in here where it needs to be. They riveted the side doubler on. They riveted it on and sewed it, so it's double captured. I really wasn't fond of the sewing as much as I was the rivets, mainly because sometimes the sewing can create a perforated edge and it'll tear. But we're gonna try it like this. And he told me if it tore up, to just let him know and he'd fix it. So they've been very accommodating at NNA Harness. And I believe, based off of this view right here, y'all, look right there at her butt. You know, look at the angles of the hip band and the butt band. I believe that they've got it pretty close to being right. Pretty close. I mean, is it perfect? No, probably not. But it's real close. Y'all, before I get too far gone, I was going to tell you, I went back and I counted my trace chain links down to my back band, because I want to make sure that I got the same amount of links on both sides. So I did that and made a little adjustment. No big deal. It's all good. So our side straps are what needs adjusting now, and they don't need to be this loose. They don't need to be tight, but they need, you know, see how I got just the slack pulled out of their breeching there? That's about what you want. So, okay, y'all. So I've got her took up now. I've got the harness took up. Everything looks pretty good so far. I think Wayne and his harness guys there at NNA, they have did a good job. Or Timbercrest Harness. I think NNA and Timbercrest are actually together. But anyway, so on this Tennessee box breeching, you've got backing straps, which are right here. They connect into your trace chains. You've got a choke strap under harness. It goes up here and wraps around your collar, goes underneath their belly, and it stays snug. That's one thing I like about it, y'all. No matter whether you're dragging on the ground or whether you're hooked to a tongue, your under harness is always snug. Where a lot of the other types of harness, if you're not hooked to a load, your under harness is just kind of dangling, whatnot. But these are backing straps. These are galley straps that kind of helps hold up the breeching. They don't need to be super tight. These need to be fairly snug. They don't need to be tight, but just snug. These need to be a little bit looser. And it just kind of helps hold your breeching on there. And like I said, I mean, I like this breeching for logging especially, because it does a better job of backing a load, like a log cart getting in and out. You know, you really got a lot of backing power. They can sit down in this thing and really move load. This box breeching, and I don't know why, maybe it's the thickness of the material, but it don't seem to be as heavy as my other set is. My other set is pretty heavy. But little things like this right here, let me bring y'all in where you can see. It's the little things in a harness, y'all. Like right here, these wires that they put, you know, it's got that plastic piece inside of it to keep the bio from wearing. They're called wires. It is stuff like that that makes a difference to me. And I asked him to make sure they put this stuff in there. And like, you know, right here, I wanted it doubled up where my D-ring is on my back band. I wanted it doubled with something behind it. And looks like, I'm not sure what the material is that they used. Maybe it's a type of nylon plastic, I don't know. But it is doubled up. So that's good. And it's got rivets through it. So that's good on that part. They did sew this right up here on top of my back band. And my ring is right in the middle. I don't like that. I like this piece to be sewed on one end. to where this ring will slide to either side. That's what I like. But we can get by with it like it is. That ain't a big deal. So we've got everything. I think everything is right on this harness like it needs to be on this set. And I'm not going to carry y'all through the other set. I mean, it's going to be the same thing. All I'm doing is just kind of getting it halfway adjusted up. So when I go to put it on the babies, it'll be close. The babies are about the size of Kate now, almost. Kate's thicker, obviously. So I'll probably have to take it up some more. But, I've got it to where I can take it up. I've got it to basically fit, and then I can take it up from there. I'm going to have to, let these hames in because right now they're fitting Kate's collar. And actually, I could let these hames out one more, I think, and fit Kate a little bit better, maybe. With that being said, though, this harness ought to be pretty close to fitting the babies. And in the next coming days and weeks, I'm going to be working with the babies, getting the harness on them and just letting them stand tied with the harness on and the bit in their mouth and kind of get used to that. I'll probably lead them around, just kind of let them get used to wearing a harness a little bit. I've got to get finished on this log job we're on before I can start harness training the babies. It's a priority. I've got to. Lord's willing, I got about probably another week's worth of work on this job, maybe 2, and I'll be finished. And then we're going to roll right into this harness training. And I'm actually going to take a little time off from logging, and I'm going to devote 100% of my time to working these babies and getting them started and getting them well broke. In the beginning, y'all, the first 30 days you put on a colt is the most important 30 days of their entire life. And they're imprinted in that first 30 days. They'll learn more in that first 30 days. So I want to take that time and devote to them and make sure they get what they need. And y'all, I'm going to take y'all along for all of it, every bit of it. For the first harnessing, the first hooking, everything is going to be in a series, and I'm going to create a playlist just for the babies. But I wanted to share this with y'all, the unboxing and whatnot, and let y'all see what the harness looks like. And look, thank y'all for just coming and hanging out. I appreciate every one of you, and hanging out with me and Kate. Kate's been a good test dummy, whatever you want to call it. She's been good for me. She's a good mule. So thank y'all for coming and just hanging out and, letting me show my new harness to you. Y'all take care of yourself. I'm going to put my email up on the screen, as always. And as always, y'all, I'm going to pray for you, each and every one of you. Some of you has got with me in the comments about, things that are going on with you that you need prayer for and whatnot. Look, I'm always happy to pray for you because I'm sure you guys need the prayer and I need to practice. So I'm always glad to pray. I thank God for the ability to pray and for all you. Thank you again. Y'all take care. I'll see you next time.